This is year 5 of the Otherclans, and yes, I did turn on unmated cats can have kits on for them as well. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the leaders. Saffron Star is still alive and kicking. Sir had another litter with his mate, and only lost 3 cats this year. Saffron seems to be thinking about retiring, but currently I don't think her will. Roostar is also still alive, and also had a litter of kits with her mate. Also fun fact, Aurelia Kick murdered a cat this year. So this Polly is just full of murdering cats. Gooseclan is doing okay, though they did lose 4 cats this year, but overall is doing okay. Visteriaster is alive and doing great. He had another litter with Tinker, and hasn't had a lot of his kits die again. Roseclan is doing 4 deaths this year, and while a lot of kittens births, a lot of cats are mourning the dead cats. Leaf is the new deputy of Oasis clan, after Athidbush died to blood loss. Leaf was brought into the clan, and quickly was given an apprentice, which made him available to be chosen as deputy. Leif has a kit called Robin Kit currently, and is in the nursery. Volwillow was chosen as deputy after Graveldance died to a landslide. Vol has just been viving as deputy, doing her best to take up the spot of Gravel the best she can. Tinker is still alive and thriving. She's still doing okay as deputy, but honestly, I don't think she likes the position all that much. Sure, she has power, but now she's needed for responsibility, and can't just spend most of her time sleeping or watching Kitty Pet plays for her old Kitty Pet friends. Warblerstripe is still alive and had babies with Flower Bracket this year, and got a new apprentice and got herself sick with frostbite. So she was having to help her apprentice heal her while she was sick. Warbler has a frost sock because of that. Her apprentice is Emberpaw, who decided to become a medcat after seeing Warbler work so hard to heal everyone. Ember enjoys hanging around everyone that comes into the medcat den to get healed. Ember was definitely only given not that bad cases until Warbler got sick. She's going to be a full-blown medcat next moon. Gossamer is doing better this year, but I can tell she's wanting to step down and become a warrior. She doesn't enjoy herb patrols. She keeps getting status that she wants to fight different animals, but she doesn't want to step down and leave her other medcat friend to be alone like she was. Thistletuft chose to be a medcat and is extremely good at learning things quickly. Thistle seems to notice that Gossamer wants to be a warrior and has been taking up even more duties and seems to be wearing himself down a bit. Thistle is trying to do a good thing, but he's doing so much that he's constantly stressed out. Violet Prickle retired with his mate not long after. Sleepytail joined the clan, and not long after, Cardamom joined the clan. Sleepy seems so stressed being the head med cat, and Cardamom doesn't seem to notice. Sleepy and Karada don't seem to like each and seem to fight a lot more frequently know them later. Oatpaw and Airpaw are the children of Strawfish and Aphidbush. The two of them are so large it's funny. They are very big-boned and they love showing it off to the Warbler flower kits. Oat is chaos in a handbag. He is such a personality and seems to love egging on fights and playful, challenging other cats to fights. Air is cold and quiet. He doesn't seem to want to be around with other cats and enjoys his freedom. Floatpaw, Beepaw and Smokypaw are the Warbler flower kits. And oh boy, Float is extremely protective of her siblings and is often known for his growling and yelling at cats she think wronged them. Bee is shy, sweet, and has the personality of doormat. Girl is stepped in so often. Smoky doesn't enjoy loud noises and hates bright lights. Smoky lives for night patrols. Goose has no apprentices currently, so on to Rose. First up we have the Tinker Wisteria litter. Cougarpaw, Pinnapaw and Plumepaw. Cougar is super popular, and a lot of cats seem to want to go on patrol with her. Pine often gets antsy when she's out of camp for too long, and will shift on her paws when unsure. Plume loves to break out of camp, and seems to find it funny when she is brought to camp and grounded for it. Drizzle and Rubble are the adopted kits of Splinter Evie and Violet Prickle. Drizzle is cold, he doesn't seem to like being around anyone but his family and seems uncomfortable with being in camp at times. Rubble is quiet, but friendly, often being called soft-hearted in a playful, friendly way. Valepaw is the bio-kit of Splinter Evie and Violet Prickle, and boy was he a pawful. Vale snuck out of camp many times and seems to get away with a lot because his parent was the head medcat. Vale and Rubble are currently upset because Splinter Evie died the last moon of the year. Burnetpaw was an abandoned kit that was found and brought back to the camp. Burnett is a very BG character, not having done much, but she definitely has a love for hunting and seems to excel at it. First out is Stormkit and Torkit, the two Saffron Burrow kits. Tall is playful and loves hanging around the older warriors, and Storm is chaos in a small packet, often running wild around the camp. Next up are the Cinderzinia kits. Crooked Kit, Merkit and Water Kit. I'm doing a lineup for them and Cinderzinia, so I will talk more about them there. Robin Kit is a leaf kit. Robin is just a newborn, but she currently is very quiet. The next two kits are Mouse Crocus kits. I'm also making a lineup for them, but their names are Jasminekit and Stumpikit. The next three are Charad Kit, Shalakit and Burn Kit, who are Rue Oriole kits. Chard is imaginative and has an imaginary friend called Bark. Shale is sweet and loves to eat crows. Burn is sassy and loves hissing like a snake at other cats. Adakit is an abandoned kit who was brought to the clan and enjoys playing tag with the older warriors. And then we have Wolf Kit, Splash Kit and Hush Kit. They are all siblings, and I refer to them as the Howl siblings. Wolf enjoys making the most random of noises, and his favorite thing to do is chatter at the birds. Splash loves splashing in puddles and loves chasing lizards. Hush loves hearing stories about foxes, dogs, and coyotes on the territory. Cinderchasm ended having kits this year. Cinder tried to go see her family to tell them that she was pregnant, but accidentally got a warrior killed. Cinder feels so bad about French Frithrift's death. Cinder loves her kits and mate, seeming extremely protective of them. I'm a bit concerned that if any of them get hurt on patrol that she might become super aggressive towards their mentor. Zinnia Spider is doing well, and actually had a rename, because Saffron named him Zinnia Crash, which was the same name as Saffron's other sons. Zinnia had a seizure pretty early on in the year, but is overall doing well. Zinnia loves his kits and mates so much. Waterkit is an extremely playful she-cat with a huge personality. She loves chasing bugs and enjoys staring at her reflection in the puddles. Crooked Kit is a hilarious child. He often trips over the smaller stuff and once climbed up a tree and couldn't get down, having to be requested. Merkit is a very off child. Merk keeps having very odd contradicting thoughts. One second he's running around, the next he seems to be hiding away in the nursery. Whatever it is, he is very loved, and Cinder and Zinnia are trying to help him as best as they can. This year, and it's noticeable for cats who are looking hard enough that something isn't quite right. who promised that she would talk to Rooster. Oriole lured Log out to talk more about Mouse's crimes. However, once Log fell into the frozen lake, all she could see was Oriole's smiling, sinister face. Mouse doesn't like her list or Crocus smoke at all, often hissing at them. Crocus doesn't even notice that Mouse doesn't like their kits. Crocus hasn't done much, but he definitely doesn't like Jasminikit is quiet and has a bit of a sassy bite. Stumpikit is sweet and loves playing with moss balls. This is the end of Year 5. Next up is Willow Clan. Hope you all enjoyed.